Hello, today I wanted to take you through a little tour of the customer administration portal. Um, so when you first log in, this is the screen that you'll see. You can either get to your manage phone settings for individual lines by coming in here and clicking your location, or you can come over on the left-hand side and all locations will show you all of your phone extensions, or you can click on a particular location and it'll show you the extensions for that location. And so you have your extension, the phone number that's attached to it, the username associated, the plan, and then you have like the phone type over here. And here in action, you can manage the settings for that individual line, whether it be for your call forwarding or your voicemail, if you want to send voicemail to email, your busy lamp fields, your service address for E911 purposes, all of that's going to be managed here. So also along the top, you have unassigned devices for, that's where you'd find devices that are on your account that are not attached to a specific line, your music on hold, call park settings, on net calling name. So those are up there. Down the left-hand side, you have enterprise services, and this is going to be areas specific to whatever services you have. So some will not be applicable to you if you don't subscribe to them. So announcement repository, if you have recorded any announcements for, let's say, the auto attendant, or even voicemail, you're going to find them in here. You have location announcements, user announcements, and service announcements. All of these give you the ability to upload audio files to them. And from there, you also have the auto attendant down here. The auto attendant is essentially, it's like a phone tree for your business. So when someone calls in, you can have it go to an auto attendant, and that recording will tell you, press 1 for here, press 2 for here, and so on and so forth. So this is where you would manage the settings for your auto attendant. You can have your business hours menu, your after hours menu, and you can have them set up differently. Hunt groups is also another way that calls can be distributed. So if you didn't want to do the phone tree, you can just have it ring directly into the business, and you can have it go to a hunt group, and you can have your users added into this hunt group. You can have it so it rings one person or several all at the same time. So there's different hunting policies that you can have in here. You also have the ability to manage like how many times it rings and then where it goes next. Does it go to another hunt group and rings other people? Does it just go directly to voicemail? That's up to you, but you manage it right through here. Additionally, the scheduled call routing features down here. You can have it set to always ring. If you use a schedule, you can have it ring, just during business hours, and then after hours, it goes directly to voicemail, or, during holidays. All of that you can manage through here. Virtual toll-free numbers, that is going to be where you can find what virtual numbers you have, your company made numbers, and where they're pointed at. Do they go to an auto attendant? Do they go to a hunt group? This is where you would see that. And if you wanted to change it from, let's say, a hunt group over to an auto attendant, you can change that by editing here. Hosted fax, if you have hosted fax with us, you'd be able to view and send hosted faxes through here. You can also set it up to send and receive through email as well. Call recording, if you have that feature, this is where you would be able to manage the calls that have been recording and the settings for that. Storage, that goes through how much storage you have used and how much is left for which particular service. Conference bridge, if you have a conference bridge, this is where you would be able to find your conference ID, your moderator pin, who it's assigned to, all of that information. Virtual extensions and mailboxes. So sometimes people will have a standalone mailbox, which is a voicemail box that is attached to an extension, like a hunt group, instead of it being attached to an actual phone line. Generally, those are set up to send the voicemails over to email, so you can listen to the voicemail from an email rather than having to call in. Schedules is where you would build and manage your schedules, whether it be your business hours or holidays or after hours. You can come in here and do that. And then if you have a call center license or client, you come in here and you can edit your settings there just by going in here and edit, and you can edit your queue as needed for call routing, all of that. Under administration and administration access, this is where you're going to be able to manage your users. So if you need to add a user or remove a user, those functions are in here as well. If you need to send a welcome email to get someone set up for a customer administration portal login, you'd be able to do that here as well. You can also edit the information. If you wanted, let's say, this to say just Aurora instead of Aurora Sparks, you could come in here and edit, and instead of it having Sparks, you'd have to put something in there, but you could just put a period and then you could save it. And so you can edit the information in there. You can edit like the first name, the last name, the email address. You can also change the role that is assigned to the person. So if you want them to only be able to see information pertaining to their line, you can have them be as an end user. If you want them to be able to see everything, then you'd have them be an admin. Additionally, on the left-hand side, we'll go to reporting and then call logs. And call logs is very handy if you want to see who's calling in. You can also search up here in the top right-hand corner. You can put in a name or the last four of a phone number. Also, you're able to download the call logs as a CSV file. You just have to put in your date range and download, and it'll send you an email to this email address here. All right, that is what I have for you today. If you have any questions, let us know, and have a great day.